Really tough one today, and credit Toledo. I thought they out toughed us. They won the toughness categories. You look at rebounding, points in the paint, second chance opportunities, and they won them all. And that's just not a recipe for us to be successful. And so again, hats off to them. They played a whale of a basketball game, and we lost a tough one. So. Now we got to regroup and look at the regular season a little bit holistically and figure out, here's where we are. We're the second seed going up there. And, I told the team, you're in charge of writing your end of the story now. And they've got to go about it the right way and want to learn from this and go up there and finish this thing off the way we want to. So.
There's obviously some disappointment in not finishing it off today.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, either this year or maybe last year, how has this group handled disappointment now they move forward? Is it tough?
No, they've been pretty good, Doug. We've just kind of always talked about learning lessons from wins and losses. Clearly with everything on the line today, it's a little bit tougher. But nonetheless, you got to – I think it's easy to see what got us beat, which may be the easy part. And now we've got to absorb that and make a decision that it doesn't happen anymore. But, it's simple. If those things happen again, we'll be home quick. You get out toughed in a conference tournament, you just go home. We got to take tomorrow and take tomorrow off a little bit and get over this one. And then when we come back in on Monday, it's got to be full steam ahead.
You feel like that you have the right leaders in place player-wise to kind of rally the troops or whatever, get them going in the other direction now again?
Yeah, it's gotten us to this point. It's gotten us to 21-9 and second seed in the league and a pretty good year. And we all got a sour taste in our mouth and that kind of thing right now. But again, one game doesn't ever define you, like I said, this team, if it wants to, has a ton of basketball ahead of it. You got three seniors that played their hearts out, and wanted it desperately, and it didn't happen for us today, and I hate that for them because you'd always like to walk off in a storybook ending. But I said this a few times this year. You never know what spurs you on to bigger and better things. Maybe this punch in the gut is what we need to go up there and really get focused and be about doing whatever it takes to get wins. And, so I guess, in about 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be able to look back and see whether or not this was a lesson learned and this was something that helped build us to a championship team up in Cleveland, or we'll look at it as an opportunity lost. Right now, I don't know which one it is.
The last play in the fourth quarter there, you get the ball to Renee. Is that what you drew up?
Yeah. It's executed well, and that's you can't ever. We always talk about you focus on execution. We run that play 100 times again. And Ryan Patterson brought that play to my desk about a week and a half ago, maybe. We hadn't run it live, and we had practiced it a little bit, and I thought our kids ran it well. And we set a great screen. Kaylin threw a great pass, and, Renee did everything she wanted to do. It's how that ball didn't go in, I don't know. It's unfortunately the cruel part of this game sometimes.
The Toledo girl who goes to the line with 0.9 seconds left, they're down by 2. She swishes 2 free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Did you consider a timeout somewhere in there to try to ice her? Or
yeah, well, I only had one left, so I had to save it to advance the ball. So
I guess there's kind of a decision there. Do you try to ice her?
Do you try to ice it and win it, or do you try?
Or do you expect her to make 2 and then you?
Well, and again, you place some percentages there. You know, that wasn't a bad person to be at the line on our end of it. You know, her shooting, her free throw percentage definitely wasn't.
57%.
Right.
So.
So we kind of took that into account a little bit. And yeah, if, you know, if the percentages played out, you know, we're talking about a different story here, but, you know, sometimes you can't control that. But yeah, it's, you know, it's something you think about, and I said, you know, I'm going to keep this and advance it. And I knew in .9 we could get at least a look, and we proved that. So that's kind of what we rolled with.
Even though it didn't work out for you there, I don't know that you would have done it any differently if you could go back, would you?
No, I wouldn't change again. I mean, you know, we run that play 100 times. She lays it up 98, 99
I meant
times.
the free throw timeout.
timeout.
I
No,
don't know that you'd change your mind, would you?
Maybe if it was, maybe if there's, I don't know, a different free throw shooter or something like that. You know,
With the same girl at the line and
yeah,
rethought it, I don't know that.
Nah, I don't think so. I think just I'd rather be in control of the play with the ball in our hands kind of thing than just kind of hope. I've never been a big hope guy, you know, and so. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I wish I'd have had 2 timeouts. Then I could have done both, but I didn't. And you know, you credit her for stepping up there, and you know, as a freshman, stepping up there and making 2 big free throws. And I thought our crowd was great. I mean, they were into it. Great turnout today. I can't say enough about, you know, how they came out and supported this team and tried to will us to a win. You know, and you know, as I'm watching kind of the beginnings there, and you know, the senior day stuff, and you know, at times you get a little bit reminiscent. I remembered when I walked in here, and you know, I remember what the average attendance was, night in and night out, and you know, those kids that just played on this floor for the last time. I mean, they're a big reason why today it was close to 1,800. And they're a big reason why, you know, the crowd was so into it and such a big part of it. So again, you know, here's the thing. Like I know we got it. I know we got it right when the crowd feels as lousy as we do, when the fans and the community feel as lousy as we do, because they're living every single play with us. The passion they have for our program is through the roof, and it's to our kids' credit. You know, the Jill Morrisons, Renee Bennett's, Kaylin Jose's, that, you know, these people come out and support and love and watch, and they want to see them do well, and I know they're proud of them, but it was a great atmosphere today, and you know, a ball bounces a little bit different, and again, we're telling a different story, but tough one nonetheless.
Well, history says you have mixed into seasons before tournament and the NIT. So how is this really any different?
Yeah, if I'm following your question right, I just think, you know, what's more important than any of that is probably, you know, if we just look ahead now, you know, and whatever has happened, we're out of control now, you know. So like, we ended it with a loss and a tough one, but now, you know, whether we had won or lost, we still got to play Wednesday, and we're still going to have to play a good team, and you still got to go win. So, you know, we've finished the regular season with a win and gone up there and maybe not played well. We finish it with a loss and gone up there and won 4 or 5 in a row. So, you know, every team's different, and just your mental state when you go in there has to be that you're there to stay for the week, and you're there to do big things. And I think this team will get over this one and go up there and understand what they have to play for. And the most important thing, and I've said this in a few different outlets this week, is, you know, at this point of the year, to know that you've got a team that's good enough to go up there and win it is a good feeling. And that's ultimately what you want. And we are that, and we know that. And so we're going to go up there and believe me when I tell you, we'll put everything we have into it, and we know we're good enough to stay up there for 3 or 4 days and win this thing. So see if we can't make that happen.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
coming up.
Yep.
Great season, and let's regroup and win 3 or 4.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
We can.